We have a little bit of a snooze fest this month for some Shopify updates, but we do have one interesting removal, and we'll get to that one up here, September 25th. We have a removal, which is very exciting. But in terms of major updates for this month on the Shopify platform, there isn't anything too surprising, but we can still definitely learn a lot by looking over our changelog, as we always do on this channel once a month. So last month, we ended off here, August 29th, talking about our new custom crawlers and tools here. The first update for this month is this new dev platform here. Build apps easily with the new dev platform. Now this is talking about development stuff, and developers are the ones that make the themes and make the apps. So we don't cover much development stuff on this channel, but the update just says if you are interested, you can now manage your Shopify apps and create dev stores in one place with the new dev platform, making collaboration and updates with your developers simpler. So a developer can make Shopify apps, a developer can make Shopify themes, and developers can also create development stores and then sell those to people looking to have a fully functioning created website for them if you'd like. The discovery and public price lists are now available globally in Shopify Collective. Discovery and public price lists are now available globally in Shopify Collective, letting retailers and suppliers connect beyond their existing network. So the Shopify Collective app is an app that allows anyone to be a supplier or be a retailer on the Shopify ecosystem. As you can see, there's a specific supplier app and a retail app, but this update specifically says that retailers can now discover your business and see your product catalog publicly with price lists that let retailers instantly import your products and start selling them. And then for retailers, if you are selling a supplier's goods, you're a retailer, you can browse suppliers with information on their profit margins, on shipping locations and product catalogs, and view the public price list if they've made one through their app. This is an interesting app, the Shopify Collective app. It usually gets an update every single month. And the last time I checked, this is only available for merchants in the United States, but it will probably come down the pipeline to more and more countries as all Shopify products do. A small little update here for POS. You can use any HID barcode scanner with Shopify POS. So nothing really exciting there. Like I said, this just increases the range of compatible devices that can be used in conjunction with the Shopify POS system and barcodes for your in-person locations. A couple of updates here to our friend Sidekick. So we can see voice mode is now available in Sidekick, just like voice mode is available with ChatGPT and all voice models and Gemini and Grok and these things. You can now speak directly to Sidekick and receive spoken responses in voice mode, making it easier to get guidance while working in the Shopify admin. And on top of voice mode, Sidekick is also now available in full screen mode. So Sidekick is now available in full screen mode, providing a larger canvas to interact with your AI assistant. More and more updates coming to Sidekick every single month, which is always good to see. For this update, it says early access with support for English and desktop only. More languages and mobile support are coming soon. And for activating full screen mode, there is a little shortcut here. Hold Shift and click the Sidekick icon. If you didn't know, there are actually hotkeys on your keyboard for every single tab in the Shopify admin. So if you want to go to products, if you want to go to settings and domain settings, if you want to go to markets, there's actually a tab in the top right corner that says shortcuts. I personally never use them. I've been doing this for a long time. Some of them don't seem to work. Some of them work. But if you never knew that, or if you want me to do a video on that, do let me know. This is probably the biggest update right here for this month. Run personalized pre-launch checks in under 2 minutes with Shopify Launch Check. So Shopify Launch Check is a new app. It scans your entire store setup and delivers AI-powered recommendations under 2 minutes so you can launch with confidence. So this is using Sidekick, because Sidekick is your AI assistant within your Shopify admin, and it knows all the information within your Shopify admin. So what Sidekick is doing and Shopify's AI is doing is it's added this Shopify Launch Check app, and I'm sure it just goes through rudimentary things like, do you have a domain set up? Do you have terms of services added? Do you have a product added? Does your prices set up? Does your shipping have shipping available? Are there any errors like that? But it might add some available insight, because it is a good question to know, especially for new entrepreneurs, when is your store finally done? Or when can you finally launch? And so the new Shopify Launch Check app eliminates the guesswork by giving you a comprehensive pre-launch validation in under 2 minutes as it scans your entire store. So you can get real-time scanning of your entire store set up with AI analysis that delivers easy-to-follow instructions. You'll receive personalized recommendations based on your actual store data, covering everything that needs to be in place for a successful launch. So no more wondering if you don't if you're not ready to go live, start with a store that's built to convert from day one. And I'll probably do like I do for all Shopify apps and all kinds of third-party apps, I'll probably do a video specifically on this Shopify launch check new app, because this is one of the first times I've seen this. So we'll definitely look into that in depth. Very small update here. Send customers an email notification when they receive store credit. So select notify customer when issuing a store credit. Issuing store credit is a brand new feature when you're doing refunds and exchanges, giving half refunds, half credit. This is something that you definitely want to add to your return and refund policy. And because this has been added in the last few months, Shopify has just added this little email notification to let customers know. And this is added when issuing store credit. You select notify customer to send an email to the customer that includes the credit amount as well as their total store credit balance. A small update here, multi-store reporting is now available in analytics, but this feature here is only for Plus stores, because Plus organizations, like it mentions here, is much different than individual stores. With Core and Shopify plans, you can have multiple stores under the same email, and then you click the top right corner and it drops down a list of all your stores associated with that email. That's sort of what Plus stores do, because Plus stores are not individual stores. It's usually housed within a Plus organization at the top, and then there's a bunch of stores under the Plus organization. So this update is saying for that multi-store setup, you can now have multi-store analytics available. Maybe that will come to non-Plus plans, because a lot of people do run Shopify stores. They make one Shopify store, they get some revenue from that store, and they open another Shopify store, and they use the revenue from that one to open another one. It's all very addicting. Another small improvement here, this one to the Flow app. Every month, there's always Flow updates all the time, improvements coming to the Flow app. Nothing too important here, just a minor update in terms of how you can add a resource ID to a long custom flow. Nothing too important there. Create native exchanges for Facebook meta orders. So Shopify's native exchanges and return fees features now work seamlessly with Facebook orders. This is a good little update. So the problem previously was that when customers want to exchange an item from Facebook orders, meaning when they buy it on Facebook, you had to process a return on the original order, then create a new order for the exchange item. That's terrible, right? So for Facebook orders created as of August 26, 2025, you can now seamlessly create, track, and manage exchanges for Facebook orders from the Shopify admin, all within the same order, helping you maximize revenue retention. Offer exchanges across your entire product catalog and easily track and report on fees associated with those returns, providing flexibility during the returns process. Additionally, return fees could previously not be charged on a return, but are now available as well. This last point is what I was going to say, because a lot of Shopify stores, a lot of Shopify brands charge a small return fee, 5%, 10%, whatever you'd like when there's a return. So this sort of doesn't work too well when you're selling on multiple sales channels and they all have their own rules. For example, somebody buys on the Facebook channel, you have to use the Facebook checkout and the Facebook analytics and the Facebook tax settings. So it's just interesting to see a little bit of unification here, especially with a lot of updates that came with store credit in the last few months. Another small little update here, filter orders by order meta field. So if you added an order meta field to an order, you can now filter it by those order meta fields. If you go to the order tab, I'm sure there's a little column for you to sort by the meta fields now. Very, very small update. A quick sale is now available on the Shopify app for instant in-person transactions. So within the Shopify app, you can actually conduct sales if you like. So the quick sale button now lets you process simple in-person transactions directly from your mobile device without additional hardware. You add products by searching, barcode scanning, or creating custom amounts. Then you can collect payment using the tap to pay or cash. It's pretty cool. You literally tap a phone that has a card on its wallet to your phone that has the Shopify app and the Shopify payment gateway installed, and you can get and capture an amount just like that. You can apply discounts, toggle taxes, add notes, send digital receipts via email or SMS. Really good for pop-up shops or markets or casual selling situations where you need to accept payments very quickly. All on the app. Just the Shopify app, tap quick sale from the main menu, complete setup by enabling Shopify payments, and then of course tap to pay. This is a feature within Shopify payments, so there's no word if you could do this with on a third-party gateway, for example. Find, compare, and install apps with Sidekick. So another little update coming to Sidekick. Sidekick allows you to discover the apps you need. Not much more in this update, because if you went to the Shopify App Store, there is already AI in the search bar there. And then if you're on your Shopify admin, there's already a search bar at the top of the admin, which also has AI. So now if you're in Sidekick, it allows you to look at apps as well, ask for an app, describe your goal, compare similar apps, and begin the install from chat for a trustworthy and fast path to the tools you need. And speaking of all the AI tools that I just mentioned, to simplify app discovery, guided search and comparisons in the App Store will soon retire. It seems very soon. It seems relative. It seems just like yesterday that these were actually added to the App Store. I'm not sure why they have to take them out there, but I guess to simplify app discovery, they want everybody to go straight to Sidekick. So interesting to see there. Small little update, but a little tidbit of information there if we look into it deeper. This is a fun little segment here. So segment customers based on the product categories they've browsed or bought. So you can create customer segments using Shopify's product taxonomy to better target campaigns based on the product categories your customers have viewed or purchased. So a lot of things going on in this little update here. So as you can see, using the category of the product and not just the product itself, you can create segments like customers who bought beauty products in the past 3 months, customers who browse sports and outdoor products. The segmentation automatically includes customers in parent categories. So someone who bought facial cleansers will also appear in beauty and health and beauty segments. And this works because the new filtering has over 16,000 defined product categories from Shopify's standard product taxonomy. That integrates directly with your existing segmentation workflow, and it's automatically, a lot of the time, inserted with Shopify Magic when you create a new product. So you can use these segments with Shopify email. This is the primary way that you would use segmentation of customers, targeted discounts, or any marketing tool that supports customer segmentation. So a very good little add there to Shopify email or the customer base. This is very similar to if a customer bought a specific thing, but now it's just talking about the entire category. If you're a very large store, you sell a lot of different products, this can definitely help for you. Now we get to our removal. Removals are rare and they're very fun and it always catches my eye. So products can no longer be sold outside of configured shipping zones. Sell from all locations to all shipping zones option in fulfillable inventory settings will be fully deprecated and removed on September 30th, 2025. So very straightforward. Sell from all locations to all shipping zones. This option is no longer going to be showing, and all shops will then use the sell only within configured shipping zone option. This change helps prevent overselling and reduces situations such as canceled orders due to stock unavailability for their region or manual intervention to correct orders. So what this means is that at checkout, customers can only complete purchases for products that are in stock at a fulfillment location that is configured to deliver in their shipping zone. So if an item is unavailable at all locations for the customer shipping zone, they cannot purchase the item at checkout and they will see a delivery or stock related errors. These errors at shipping or at checkout are always so difficult because the error will tell the customer one thing, but it's usually not related whatsoever. Like if it says, the most common one is, we can't ship to your current location. It sounds very address-like, but it's usually just an inventory issue on your end. So this behavior has already been enabled automatically for most shops. If your store hasn't been migrated yet, we've notified you directly, and the changes take effect September 30th. This is a fun little update here. So Shopify email, another little Shopify email, I suppose, related update this month. Everybody loves Shopify email. So Shopify email now supports dynamic product sections, so automatically display your store's best-selling or most recently added products within your emails. Dynamic product section or a dynamic section is just one that changes over time based on analytics, right? So for example, it says here, if you have a best-selling section, well, it's a dynamic section. This is very helpful for you because it's sort of like an automation. You know, if you want to send a general email campaign and the first block in your Shopify email campaign is a dynamic best-selling section, it will change over time. So you can send the same campaign design out, and this area will change depending on your bestsellers when that campaign was set out. So it says this is effective for your bestsellers and most recently added products. Boost customer engagement, generate more revenue. So another one, recently added products. So if you're making a campaign and you're just saying new in, this means that you can very easily send the same campaign over and over again. And if you segment your customers well, this really, really reduces the amount of time to create a new campaign if you just send the new campaign to new customers every single time. Small little update, little improvement here for POS. Customize return and exchange receipts in POS. Complete your branded receipt experience by customizing return, exchange receipts using the same liquid editor you already use for your sale receipts. So a few months ago, maybe it was closer to a year ago now, Shopify added just a small little update, the ability to add your logo and branding and some liquid editing to your sale receipt for POS systems. Now there's a big influx of updates for returns and exchanges and store credits and these things. And so using the exact same liquid editor to add branding to your sales receipts, you can add the same thing to your exchange and return receipts. It would be helpful if this all came out at the same time. Like I said, this update here, sale receipt branding came out a long time ago. Maybe that should have been all together. DDU orders now capture sales tax for registered destinations. So sales tax will now be applied to international orders with duty collection off when merchants are collecting tax in the destination country. This is a smaller update here, just a little bit of a redundant issue here with registered tax destinations and duty and import settings. So at the end of the day, it just says if you do not want sales tax to be calculated on international orders where you do not collect duties, you should remove your tax registration in that given country. A DDU order or DDU label is when duties and import taxes are not prepaid by the seller and then are then collected at a smaller just refinement there. This is an interesting little update here. It kind of combines a bunch of Shopify features, which is why this is a great way to learn about Shopify and how all these little tools and features work together. So support for market pricing and draft order customer checkout. So as of October 31st, draft order checkouts will update product prices based on market configurations when customers change shipping addresses. Okay, so stick with me here for a second. So a draft order is obviously one that you send to the customer. But if you send a draft order, we don't know the market specific pricing because the customer usually inputs that at checkout, right? So to prevent product pricing from changing in draft order checkouts, you can lock product pricing prior to sending the draft order here. But when a customer updates their shipping address on a draft order checkout, product prices may change based on your market configurations, and this enhancement allows customers to be able to benefit from market-specific pricing and draft order checkouts. Very, very fun, very interesting combination of market, draft orders, market-specific pricing, and then shipping address updates. I like it. And then again, just a smaller update here, flexible top items in reports. Just to round off the month, we launched the ability to configure the number of items that are displayed in reports with analytics. It basically just says users can now choose how many items appear in charts and tables and what to do with the rest, like group them as other, hide them, list them in another table. Larger merchants can now perform two-dimensional analysis through analytics more effectively by focusing on key areas driving their business. And that's it. That's all the updates for this month. Again, nothing too fancy. Interesting removal, interesting Shopify email update. Bunch of flow stuff, Sidekick, and then of course, the run personalized pre-launch checks is definitely a big one. If you want to see me work through the Shopify launch check app in another video, subscribe. I'll be probably taking a look at that very soon. And like I said, we do the Shopify changelog update once every month. So if you're a Shopify entrepreneur, Shopify business owner, it's a really, really great way to learn about Shopify in live time when they post these updates and just come together as a Shopify community once a month. If you're a Shopify store owner, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you do, I'll see you in the next video.